Just bringing our legal team, Dan Abrams, Sonny Hostin, Chris Christie. And Dan, let me begin with you. You had those questions about Judge Kavanaugh's credibility from his former classmates right there. It seems clear that we're never going to get to the bottom of what exactly happened inside that bedroom in Bethesda, Maryland back in 1982. The question is, how do senators go forward in the face of that doubt?
Right. And how do they go forward when we hear the phrase, "I believe her, but"? What does that mean? What it means really is you're saying that the burden is on the people who don't want to support his nomination, meaning you're saying that they have to prove it. Because if you're saying, well, I kind of believe both of them, which way do I go? It sounds like the direction it's going in now is that's not enough to stop his nomination.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. I do. I think that's, in the end, you have to look at the totality of this guy's life and his circumstances and his qualifications. And you do have, I think, a burden of proof to defeat a nomination, especially when he's from the majority party. That's just the political reality of it. You have to sway people who would otherwise philosophically want to vote for him that this is disqualifying. And I don't think that yesterday carried that off.
Well, sexual assault should never be a partisan issue. That is an issue of right and wrong. And I think what is terrible here is that people are saying that her testimony, while credible, isn't corroborated. The reason that it's not corroborated is because the record is incomplete here. In sex assault cases, we all know as lawyers, and especially you, Chris, as a former prosecutor, that sexual assaults generally don't have corroborating eyewitnesses. In this case, she named an eyewitness. That's Mark Judge, and the Senate committee is not doing
and
not doing.
And
No, that is not true. He
yes,
says he doesn't recall what happened.
Well, that's not corroboration, Sonny.
He doesn't corroborate her, but he doesn't corroborate him either.
But
why
what she just said, hold on. What she just said was that it never has corroboration. There's no corroboration here, even though she named a witness. She named someone
who's. That's because the Senate doesn't know the truth.
She named someone. No, Sonny, listen. You can interrupt everybody else. Don't interrupt me this morning, okay? Save that for the View. The fact of the matter is that she named him. He put in a letter to the Senate under penalty of a 1001 violation and jail time, saying that he cannot corroborate her story.
He cannot recall.
Her rumor. That's not corroboration, then, Sonny. I'm sorry. I know you'd like it to be, but it's not.
But then we now have the ABA also coming out this morning asking for some kind of an FBI investigation as well. It seems pretty clear, Dan, that the president's not going to call for it. The Senate's
but
not
I think that's really important. I do. I think the fact, look, I'm a big fan of the ABA, right? And I think that the problem is the ABA gets cited selectively. So you have Judge Kavanaugh saying the gold standard. The ABA says that I am well qualified. Now the ABA is saying, hang on a second. Hang on. Let's have an FBI investigation. I don't know. I don't think you can just say I'm going to listen to the ABA when I like them. I'm not going to listen to the ABA when I don't like them. I'm for let's listen to the ABA, period. They're saying this. That means something to me.
And it means something, I think, to me as well. But the Jesuits have also come out and now said, listen, we no longer endorse him. We really need an FBI investigation. Why is the record still incomplete? Why not submit to an FBI investigation? I've said it over and over and over again. If he has nothing to hide, if he truly is telling the truth, and they can't both be telling the truth because the opinions now are diametrically opposed, have the FBI investigation so that if you are appointed to the Supreme Court, your appointment is without taint.
Senator Chris Coons yesterday said just a week long, set a timetable for the FBI investigation. Wouldn't that help Brett Kavanaugh?
You know what yesterday was, George? Yesterday was a primal scream of our political system.
Well, that's for sure.
Okay, on both sides. On both sides. It's not just the actual scream of Lindsey Graham, but it's the hypocrisy of the Democrats on their side too. They could afford to act calm yesterday. The fact of the matter is that there's no trust between these two parties. And so when Chris Coons, who I know, and I know him very well, and I think Chris is genuine in his suggestion, and I think he'd stick to it. But I don't think Dianne Feinstein would stick to it, and I know Chuck Schumer wouldn't. So when the Democrats announced within 20 minutes of when he's nominated that they're going to oppose him, and when they have said, their spokespeople have said, their job here is to delay so that the midterms come. There's no trust, George. So my point is that
there's no trust.
I don't think that 1 week delay is illogical. I think in this circumstance, neither side trusts each other, so they're not going to get the benefit of the doubt.
And I'm afraid we're out of time, but history matters a little bit here as well. And we all know the experience of Merrick Garland, who wasn't even given a hearing.
Right. That's why there's no trust. I mean, it's both sides, George.
This is a
not just one
appointment.
side.
1 week is not going to make that big of a difference.
Doesn't sound like it's going to happen.
Except for the truth.
Does not sound like it's going to happen. The Senate Judiciary Committee votes this morning. Thank you all very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.